Okay, well, if you could explain to me, first of all, what exactly is a protected area? It seems self-evident, but maybe if you could tell me in some detail, and give me some examples of protected areas that you think we should emphasize.
Protected areas as defined by IUCN are geographical areas that are managed primarily for biodiversity conservation. But they can be managed in all kinds of ways. Many of them are state gazetted, but they can also be managed by local communities, indigenous people, or even the private sector. So there's a whole range of governance and management regimes. Here in Brazil, for instance, many indigenous territories are managed as protected areas very successfully. They have less deforestation than many other areas. But spectacular parks like Serengeti in Tanzania, or the Great Barrier Reef Marine Park in Australia, these are all protected areas. They come in all shapes and sizes.
I mean, do they even come in urban areas as well, or are they exclusively out at sea or in rural areas?
No, there are urban areas. For instance, adjacent to Cape Town in South Africa is the Table Mountain National Park and Cape Peninsula National Park, which are both important for biodiversity and recreation, but also very important for protecting the water resources on which Cape Town depends.
I mean, it may seem blatantly obvious, but why is it important that protected areas are protected, are defended one way or the other against encroachment from people who seek to do them damage?
Well, protected areas are the cornerstones of biodiversity conservation, and this is recognized under the Convention on Biological Diversity. So 2 years ago in Nagoya, where all of the governments who are also here agreed the new strategic plan, one of the targets there was to expand the area of protected areas from about 13% to 17% of terrestrial and inland waters, and to 10% of marine and coastal areas, which is quite a leap because currently they're about 1%. But protected areas are not just important for biodiversity. These are not lands that we're setting aside just for biodiversity. They're incredibly important for protecting ecosystem services on which we all depend. And they can contribute to natural solutions to help people cope with climate change, to combat desertification. They protect critical water supplies. They contribute to food security by protecting genetic reservoirs or fisheries in marine protected areas in particular. So really, they are a core part of the green economy and sustainable development.
And what would you like to see out of this Rio+20 summit and beyond at future COP meetings with regards to giving greater protection to protected areas?
Well, as I say, under the Biodiversity Convention, there are already substantial commitments to expand and improve the management of protected areas across a whole range of governance types, and to see better integration of those protected areas and connectivity within the landscape. And I think this is where this focus here on sustainable development and the green economy can help. But what I would really like to see is governments in particular recognize that protected areas are part of natural solutions. That was one pillar of moving forward. We will need new technologies, we will need new infrastructure, but a greater reliance on natural habitats and protected areas would also be a key part of sustaining our future, and particularly in some of the least developed countries where they have limited resources, a greater protection and reliance on their natural habitats is really a very effective, cost-effective and sustainable solution.
That's great, thank you very much.